What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's finally starting to feel like springtime here in Texas. As a lot of y'all probably know, we've had some crazy weather here in Texas this last week. I want to say it got down to like 7 degrees here. I know a lot of the lakes like Fork and Lake of the Pines and Lake Palestine, they all had parts that were frozen over completely. But it's now like 70 degrees out here. I don't know how bad this cold front messed up the fishing, but we're about to head south to San Antonio. We're going to fish Choke Canyon. It's a lake that we've never been to before. We've been talking about going to it the last couple of years. We just never actually made it down there yet. But right now we're loading the truck up, about to hook the boat up. Still got a bunch of melted snow here on the tarp. But curious to see how well the fishing is after all this cold. But y'all stay tuned for another episode of Guys Guff Outdoors. We're headed to Choke. All right, guys, so we made it here to San Antonio. We're at my uncle's house. We just got done eating dinner, but we got talking to a friend of ours who he fishes Choke before, and gave us a little inside tip for right now. But he said right before this freeze came that there was some fish that were starting to move in and making beds. So I know after this freeze did come, it's going to push a lot of them fish back out into the deep. But we've had, what is it now, 3-4 days now of semi-warm weather. So these fish should be moving back up shallow. So what I think I'm going to start the day off with is probably throw a weedless swim bait around. That's kind of my that's the big thing I feel like I should do. There's a lot of grass in Choke, he said. There's a lot of hydrilla right now. So I'm thinking about rolling this weedless swim bait through, mainly using it as a search bait, see if we can't find some of these fish that are up in the shallows that are working their way back. But other than that, I'm thinking about, not sure if I should throw the Berkeley Digger or the Berkeley Fritz side. Kind of lean a little bit more to the Fritz side, since the water is still going to be a little cold. Got that tighter action since it is a flat-sided crankbait, shallow running. And I do know this one does come through the trees really well, and Choke does have a lot of trees. But it's going to be either one of those. And then also I'm thinking about possibly throwing us either a swim jig or a flipping jig. Possibly a swim jig. I think I'm gonna do that, because I mean, if I need to, I can still flip it if we do see some fish in the beds, which right now I highly doubt there will be. But I think that's what I'm going into tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna get this tied up, hit the bed, and we'll be on the lake tomorrow morning. See y'all there. All right, guys, so we made it here to Choke. Put the boat in the water, and water temp is 73.3, which is better than what I thought it was going to be. Hopefully some of them fish done move back up shallow. Maybe we can find a couple big bed fish, hopefully. Alright, we're back out here in the forest. Is what right here? 65 degree water temp. They should be in here. Grass, big main lake point, trees. You seen anything yet that looks like any kind of bedding activity? Yeah, the sun needs to come out a little bit. You can see down in there. There's a big old gator right there, right in front of us on the bank. See a big old gator? Big boy. I've seen some big gators out there in Livingston, but that's probably one of the bigger ones right there. during the freeze, there was some water in the live well pump or in the line or something. And the freeze got it and it busted the live well pump. We didn't know it, and we got about, I don't know, an hour or so in there, and we noticed there was water about to start coming through the drain at the bottom of the boat. We pulled it out and drained it and couldn't figure out what it was, and we finally figured out what it was. So we got a temporary patch for now. Hopefully that's the only thing that's wrong. Now see if we can't go back out there and catch something.
See, that thing ain't got really no pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, think that'll work this time?
We'll back it up one more time. We'll back it up just one time. If he leaks, we're going to the house.
Yep.
Long John Silver. Here we go.
All right, it's time to see if we can't catch a fish now. Yeah.
Gators in here, dude. Watch the boat.
Okay, there's fucking fish there. You want to keep some fish?
Edit that, please. Woohoo! First one.
Ready to go. How deep is it right here? Huh? 9? Show us a swim bait.
That's dinner, man.
Man, he hit it good too. I thought I done had a big old bass. Catfish on a gantrel. $3.13. Today is just the day that keeps on giving.
I know.
No fish. The trolling motor died, but then came back on. Now this motor died. Man, guys, what a day day was. That was something else. We had a few issues with the boat. Kind of got those settled out somewhat. Could not find any fish anywhere on the graph. I want to say out of the entire day, I might have found 7 to 10 bass on just this one little area. And we threw at them for a good 45 minutes. no bites at all from them. So I really do think that cold front really put a hurt to them. I would say probably give it by the end of this week, it'll start getting pretty good to normal. But man, it was a wild day out there. We had a few issues. We had a problem when we first started off with the water pressure gauge, which I didn't get that on video. The little hose came off, but got that fixed. And then the issue with the live well pumps. That was kind of scary there for a minute. I really thought we might have had something major problem with the boat, but got that solved. But then the funny thing is, right there, right when we got done ready to leave, something happened with the trolling motor. It just quit. Don't know what happened. It just quit. And we messed with it for a little bit, and then boom, kick right back on like nothing ever happened. I was like, that was strange. Kick the trolling motor back up, go to crank the big motor, cranking battery drained out. Luckily, we keep a set of jumper cables in the boat. We were able to jump that off and make it back to the ramp. But yeah, that was our wild day at Choke Canyon. We choked that choke. But we'll come back for sure sometime. We'll wait till things kind of normal back out. Like I said, it was 7 at our house, and I know it got pretty cold here, so that's going to be a big issue with these Florida strains down here south. But when things will get normal, more than likely we will come back. The lake, to me, I think is a very cool looking lake. The trees, all the grass and stuff like that. Looks like a really good place to catch some really good fish. But so I guess the 2 main things you could take away from today's trip is 1, don't go swimming in choke because they got 12-foot gators in there. And then 2, always carry a pair of jumper cables with you. You never know when you might need them. It's always better to have them and not need them, and need them and not have them. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for this episode. As always, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more on Guys Guff Outdoors.